I'm truly honored to be here today with Eduyush, the platform that guided me through my diploma in IFRS journey and helped me achieve something I really never expected, a global rank. I scored 88 out of 100, which turned out to be the fourth highest score globally. And trust me, when I got the result, I had to reread the email a few times to believe it. And I'm not here just to talk about the score. I'm here to share my real story, the background, the preparation, the mindset, and all the little things that made a difference. So my background is very similar to Mohammed. I was also preparing for my CA final exams at the same time. And for those of you from a CA background, you already know how intense that phase is. But it turned out to be a blessing in disguise because one of the CA final subjects, financial reporting, is very much aligned with diploma in IFRS syllabus. So that overlap gave me a strong conceptual base. I had already put a lot of number of hours for FR. So let's be honest, knowing the subject is okay, but cracking the exam are two different things. The challenge was how to structure my preparation, how to approach the paper, how to refine my answer writing skills in short period of time. Again, similar to Mohammed, I had just 25 days to prepare exclusively for the diploma exam. And I broke it down into two phases. First 15 days were purely learning mode. I focused entirely on watching the lectures given by Eduyush, which were absolutely to the point, well paced. Vijaya ma'am's style of teaching made it easy to absorb complex standards. That during this phase, I was just trying to understand the exam pattern, the structure of answers, and finishing the syllabus once with clarity. I wasn't trying to memorize, I was just trying to connect the logic behind each IFRS, how it applies practically, and how to build answers step by step. The next 10 days are purely practice driven. I used the BPV practice kit and made it a goal to cover almost every single question. I just didn't read them, I wrote down the answers, timed myself, marked the questions I found tricky or important so I could revisit them in the final 2 days. One thing that really helped me during this phase was that I practiced a few full length questions on the software, that is CBE software. Since the paper is online, I made sure I was comfortable with the interface and practiced timing myself, keeping a strict 45-minute window for each 25-mark question. So this made me much more confident, efficient during the actual exam because I knew what pace I had to maintain. This also improved the speed, structure, and time management and gave me a lot more clarity in how to approach the exam. Again, one of the biggest turning points in my preparation was learning how to structure answers. And again, thanks to Vijaya ma'am, her simple framework, that is to identify the standard, explain the basics like recognition and measurement, then connect it to the financials, really helped me to stay focused and clear in the exam. And it's not about remembering everything, it's about presenting how what you know in a logical way and then adapt it to the case in front of you. Also, I was mindful about ethics because it is asked in every exam. It's one of the easiest areas to score if you're prepared. I made sure I covered every ethics related question well, so I wouldn't lose marks in otherwise straightforward area. Coming to the exam day approach, I appeared this exam at a center and gratefully I faced no technical issues. Also on the exam day, one of the most valuable tips I got from Eduyush and I followed it exactly is that I started with question number 4, which is more concept.
Prishita, I think we've
Heavier
lost
and
you.
more time consuming. And this, I think, this order worked brilliantly for me. It kept me in control of my time, reduced anxiety, and allowed me to attempt the entire 100-mark paper, which I believe made a huge difference in the final result. Now, I would like to share a few more tips, not tactical tips, but things that made a huge difference mentally. That is the first is to be committed and be consistent. I'm sure not all of you are from CA background and most of you are working professionals. So finding time is tough. Even if you have just 1 hour, 2 hour a day, show up every single day. Don't wait for the perfect study mood. It rarely comes. Just start. You will find the momentum along the way. The second would be to be honest with yourself. There were days I didn't feel like studying IFRS again after doing FR, but I reminded myself of the why. Be honest of your weak areas, your distractions, your pace, and gently keep moving. Third would be, to make a flexible but yet a firm plan. Don't micromanage your hours. Just know what needs to be done and finish it with focus. And lastly, don't skip writing practice. I think it's the most important tip. It's easy to fall into the trap of just reading solutions, but this is a professional paper. You need to train your mind to think, structure, and write answers under pressure. On a closing note, I would address to all the future candidates if you're appearing for diploma in IFRS soon. I want you to remember that you don't need to be perfect, you just need to be prepared. You need to trust the Eduyush process, trust your own effort. Don't underestimate the power of daily consistency. I started this journey with a strong base, no doubt, but it was the last 25 days that actually helped me to reach the global rank. So show up, stay consistent, be honest with yourself, and most importantly, believe that you're capable of excelling no matter what is your timeline. So thank you again to Eduyush, to Vijaya ma'am, and to all of you for giving me this opportunity to share my story. Wishing you all the best. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Prishita. I think